Earlier on with Unit B, we touched upon meeting individual needs and being inclusive and the need to sort of promote equality and diversity. So sort of leading on from that, we can talk about sort of adapting assessments and how we can actually possibly alter them slightly to meet individual needs. So to go through some examples, one of the things I put on here is more time. So some individuals with a learning difficulty like dyslexia or dyspraxia, they're actually entitled to 25% more time in a written examination. Other people that might get more time, you may well have through coursework assignments, you could have deadlines and people are struggling to actually meet them. So if that's the case, then ultimately, you may be able to actually give someone an extension if there are mitigating circumstances and genuine reasons why they're struggling to actually submit their work. A scribe, so those with a physical disability may actually get a scribe, or you could have someone as well, maybe it could be for a sports injury or they've hurt their hand or something like that, so there may be an opportunity to get them a scribe in an examination. No unfair advantage, and the scribe will simply be putting down, the student's own words. You'd probably do this away from the main exam arena or hall, simply so you don't distract others, but it's certainly something or a technique you could use to try and adapt to make it give an opportunity for that person with a disability still to be able to complete the assessment. Written versus verbal, this has become more and more common. So a lot of mandatory courses like first aid, food safety, health and safety have traditionally been tested by multiple choice tests. But in recent times, sort of awarding bodies and Ofqual have sort of realised that maybe this isn't fair and doesn't suit everyone's sort of learning and assessment styles. So more often than not now, there's actually opportunities to actually give verbal answers as well as written answers. So if a trainer or the teacher decides that the student would be better off, giving a verbal answer because maybe they struggle with their literacy or writing skills, they can give a competent answer verbally and still achieve qualifications. This obviously isn't the case with all qualifications, but there's quite a few of the mandatory ones from the awarding bodies that this is possible with. Exams versus coursework. I guess rather than adapting, that might come more down to a choice for a student, but there certainly is options now to go through sort of from school all the way through college and possible university, choosing more coursework based subjects. For those that actually struggle with examinations, this is a pathway that they may choose and you may be able to signpost them towards. The last point on their exam phobia, this is coming back to those individuals that really struggle with severe anxiety levels when it comes down to the pressure of an examination. Now, obviously, we can't give them an unfair advantage in this situation, but what we can do is possibly take them away from the large hall where they're actually, maybe there's a couple of hundred people sitting in the exam and it makes the anxiety levels even higher, and maybe we can put them in a smaller classroom with just a few other learners. They don't get an unfair advantage in the sense that they still have the same time to complete it and it's exactly the same examination, but that sort of reducing their anxiety levels may just enable them to actually perform in the examination environment.